Hey everyone, welcome back to Hiking My Own Hike. TZ here, and today I am going to be trying out a new piece of gear from Tensa Outdoors. These are the Trekking Treez. As most of you probably know by now, I am an avid hammock camper. I like tent camping, but when I really want to be comfortable out on the trail, I'm going to use my hammock, either my Hennessy or my Warbonnet. So one of those two. And so one of the challenges that I get from time to time, especially if I'm desert hiking or if I'm in a place that has a lot of really dense trees or a lot of dense underbrush, is that it's hard to find the right spacing of trees to be able to set a hammock up for. So with these, I am hopeful that they can be used as sort of one end of a hammock to be able to just tie up to one tree and then tie the other end of the hammock up to this right here. One of the things about these is that they are a combination of a trekking pole and a tree stand for a hammock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break these out and we're gonna see how this all works. Okay, so let's break down the different pieces that come with this kit. First off, there is the trekking pole handle, and I believe this is the top part that the hammock actually hooks up to. There is another shaft here that allows for the trekking pole to fit into, so you can adjust the height of the trekking pole. There is a tip that you can use. Either take this, I believe, yep, you can take this off and use it as pointed if you're in some soils or stuff, or you can put the tip on if you're on rock or something where you don't want to hit the soil into. And I believe that this part right here goes on the very top so that you can connect your tarp up to this end. There is the foot end that of this shaft right here that is used for putting this into the ground. And then there are two other shaft sleeves that you use to be able to put this thing together. So real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to splice all of these together so that I've created a trekking pole. Okay, let me slow that down just a little bit for you. First thing you have is the handle that you use for your trekking pole right here. And then that has a shaft that actually this slides into. And then there's a tightening mechanism that you can latch down, and now this is snug in place. After that, there is a sleeve that goes on, and these actually screw into place. So now we've got a longer hiking pole. And then there is finally the bottom tip that also screws into that sleeve. So now you've got a hiking pole that maybe is a little bit short, and so you take the adjusting mechanism up here and adjust to the height that you want, snug it up, and now you've got a hiking pole that's just perfect for whatever height you want it to be. Okay, so now that you've gotten the hiking pole and you've found a place that you want to be able to convert this into your trekking tree so you can hang your hammock from it, there's a few extra steps that you need to do. The first is you undo the shaft and pull this portion out right here. Then you unscrew the end. Then you screw in, there's another piece right here that you screw into that sleeve that we took the bottom portion out. Then we've got the foot end that slides into there and screws into place. So now we've got a much longer shaft to be able to create our trekking trees from. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this end right here, the handle, we're going to unscrew the top cap, take off the wrist holder, and you'll see that you've got a little device to connect your, or washer to be able to connect your hammock to, but we're not going to use that quite yet. We're going to take this part right here, put it into the shaft all the way, snug it down a little bit, set this on top, and then we're going to take the foot end that we had and put it on top of that washer. So now we've got a very large pole that we can use for the hammock to be able to connect it up to a tree. Just so you have a reference of idea, I am about 5'8", about 5'8", 5'8.5", or something like that. So that's about the height of this right here. So your hammock will have plenty of space to be able to hang from, and you also have an area that you can put your tarp over. Also included in the Trekking Treez kit are 2 whoopee slings for you to be able to use to help secure the trekking trees to the ground. And along with putting that into the ground, there's a couple of options that they have there at Tensa to be able to use as ground anchors. I happen to use these screws right here that will screw right into the ground and are extremely durable. I've not yet had any problems with them whatsoever. Sometimes, however, if I don't want to carry the weight of those screws, I will bring my REI snow stakes. These also work really, really well, particularly in more wet ground conditions. Okay, so I'm going to set up the Tensa tree with my hammock. We'll run through it with the sort of a time lapse so you can see it quickly, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the components of it. Okay, so I've got it all set up now. The foot end of the hammock is connected to the tree right here, and then the head end is connected to the Tensa tree. I did have to make one minor adjustment from the original connection. I did have to extend the guy lines out a little bit further. It was just a little bit too soft a dirt so close, and so I ended up taking them all the way out, putting my supports down into the ground, and then snugging them up a little bit after that. So we'll see how this all works now. So far, so good. This is great. This changes the whole game for hammocking right now, because now if you're in a location where you don't have trees at all, like a desert or maybe even the coastline, if you get 2 of these Tensa trees, then you've got yourself a hammock setup. On top of that, being able to use them as a hiking staff or a hiking pole, that's just going to be great. I will say that the system is a little bit on the heavy side. They are carbon fiber, so they're relatively lightweight comparatively speaking, but still they're going to be probably one Tensa tree pole is equal to, say, probably two trekking poles. And so you just want to be aware of that. But if you can get used to maybe just using one pole as maybe a hiking staff instead of two trekking poles, that'd make all the difference. Now, obviously, I can see that I can hook up my tarp to the top of that one right there, and then over here to this tree. So there's no reason in a situation like this that I couldn't have an absolutely wonderful night's sleep using my hammock with the Tensa tree. I do want to say thanks to Tensa Outdoors. Cheryl, also known as Rafting Tigger, was really helpful with customer service regarding this. I've been super happy with this purchase. I've used these trekking poles in the past, and they've been great for hammock camping. So if you are a hammock camper and you go into places where there aren't as many trees, or if you just want to be able to find a way to sort of compress your system a little bit and still have a little bit extra, say, safety net for when you are hammock camping, get yourself a set of these Tensa Treez, or just at least one of them, and I think you'll find that your hammocking experience is expanded way beyond where it is right now. Thanks for watching, and if you found value with this, please do make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification button so that I can send you more information with new reviews or techniques. And if you really found value in this, please do leave a comment and or like this video. That way others can see it and it can perhaps help them enjoy their time outdoors. All right, until next time, stay outdoors and enjoy yourself. Thanks. Hey, just kind of a note on that. I probably need to lose weight because that's what happened to my steak. So either A, I need to go on a diet, or B, maybe I should just start using the Tensa Outdoor steaks and securing systems rather than trying to makeshift one with an REI snow steak.